think I have this set up. Give me a couple moments here to get comfortable and to get the audio settings all set up. But welcome to a lovely Saturday night here in Great Britain with IRL Tier 2 Season 3 Round 1. As we are now on board with CapX, I believe he is reserving as he won the Tier 3 race here at Great Britain earlier this week on Tuesday. Testing. Want to see if the audio is good. Last time I had the game volume way too high, as we see CapX. Solz says it's good, so I'll trust him. Last time it was kind of bad. Couldn't really hear me talking, but I'll trust Solz that it's good right now. As we see CapX going almost flat out through cops. Get the data up here for you guys. I believe CapX will be the first one to set a lap time in this session. See a yellow flag somewhere on the track. CapX comes to the line to set the first time of the session. That is a 1:27.198, and this is a very strong driver who, like I said, I believe is driving up this race, reserving. Estiva saying, yes, King. Stark Diaz, a driver I'm not familiar with, puts in a time about 0.6 off of CapX. Feed Me Scotch, only 6 seconds down. Someone who I let reserve this race. Come on, don't let me down, Scotch. Kua, who's been around for a couple seasons now, enters the Hamilton Straight, I believe that's called, as I get a late request from Zizan Domar, which I will get to as we watch Kua finish out his lap. Need to open a beer here. The commentating will get better the more I drink. And Kua puts it on provisional pole way early in the session, beating out CapX. And let's get... Ooh, wrong thing. And Panda. I don't know why Panda needs an invite. Let's see... Blitz goes 0.7 quicker than Kua, with Vaxi in between both of them. So this track appears to be ramping up, or we just have quicker drivers putting in lap times. Ooh, that is Santi either glitching or getting all out of sorts on the straight there. Oh, now on board with IUF1 William. And I need to mute my mic. I don't know how to do that. I don't want to be mic spamming while I'm commentating. I actually have no idea how to do that. So maybe someone can tell me how to do that. I can figure this out. Okay, I think nope, I don't think it fixed it. Still on board with IUF1, Williams. He goes through Cops in the Aston Martin car. Right now with the 2-3 for the Mercedes team, looking very strong. But Blitz was a championship contender last season. Unfortunately had his hopes dashed in Monza with a giant crash with the judge, who is no longer a driver in our league. We'll be looking to get a little bit of payback and get that deserving title this year. I think Zizin did get in. As we see, IUF1 William putting it in P6, 1.2 seconds off SJZ Blitz. Let's see the guys who haven't set a lap time. Santi's car is a little bit dirty as he took an excursion to the grass. A little bit slow into these final corners. Not too horrible in P7. Zayzin Dumar, quick driver, still in the pits. Santi in the Red Bull machinery coming to the end of his lap. Let's see where he puts it. I don't recall Santi being a Red Bull driver, but maybe I just was not remembering correctly. Oh, and he... Was that a glitch? Now I'm very confused, because that was saying it was... I don't know, maybe I'm on crack. Captain Redbeard, anyway, puts it in the P2 with a stellar lap. .3 off SJZ Blitz's 126.169, as we have Kua currently on an out lap for his second lap of the session. I'm going to crack open a beer. Not sure what I'm watching. It's a little bit of racing on an out lap. I think that is Lobster. Yeah, that was Lobster. Racing Kua on an out lap. People complaining about Blitz's rapid pace in the chat. Kua gets to the end of Sector 3 and prepares to start his second flying lap of the session. Has about 7/10 to our provisional pole, 126.169 Blitz. I will stay on board with Kua as he is the quickest driver currently doing a lap, I believe. As Vaxi is also on a out lap, his teammate. I'm being informed that we have ads on our stream. We've made 47 cents. That will go to feeding Toasty. We need to buy dog food to feed Toasty with the 47 cents. As Zizan Domar, out of nowhere, was not paying attention. Oh my god, beats out Blitz by 4 thousandths. Sure, there's going to be some more complaints from people in the chat, but they can shove it, because this is good competition as we see Kua comes to the end of his second hot lap, blowing on the battery, improves into P4 as we go on board with his teammate as he starts his fast lap, second fast lap of the session. Vaxi GG has half a second to make up. Looks like the pole battle right now is between Dumar and Blitz. I have no idea how you pronounce that McLaren's name, Zizan Dumar. I believe that's how I'm going to say it. As he gets the ever-living shit impeded out of him by a 40-pound lobster. I am dedicating this first beer of the night to Golden Sniper. It is his birthday. I don't know how old he is, or it was his birthday / is his birthday in our time zone. I actually have no idea, but big shout out to Golden Sniper. As we still are on board with the other Mercedes car of Vaxi GG, and Blitz is on an outlap currently, so we will cut to him when Vaxi finishes up this lap. Femi Scotch has gotten a bit back on the pace. Not on the pace, but a little bit closer to the pace now, only 1.7 seconds off. Haas driver was struggling at the start of the session, 6 seconds off, and I don't know why I stayed on actually because he got impeded, so that was stupid. On board now with Blitz, who is on his outlap, has 4 thousandths to make up to Zizan Dumar. And the two of them are about 3.5 tenths clear of third. You're 21. Well, you can probably drink in Australia when you're like 14, right? So that doesn't really mean anything. We get to drink in our country when we turn 21. Panda, why do you want an invite? If it's to TP, then, or if it's to, what is it for? If it's to engineer or just to watch? When you're 18, reserving for Alpine. Okay, I got your invite. I guess I should do it now. Let's go. Panda. Sent that invite, Panda, back on board with Blitz. 4 thousandths to make up. I didn't catch the mini sectors. He has improved by 2 tenths. See if he can hold this going into sector 3. Not a lot of time left as this session does start to wind down. Field isn't that super spread. 2.3 seconds. I don't think that's not the worst it's been in this league. Can I get another? Blitz does make up those 4 thousandths and a lot more, about 4 tenths, and does put himself in the provisional pole position. Someone causing a yellow flag. No idea who. CapEx now on an outlap. Just burped. Whoops. Santi on a... I don't know what this is because he still has full battery. I guess an in-lap. Back on board with CapEx as he comes through Hobson into Maggots and Beckett's, affectionately known by a different nickname by a couple of us in the server. No one else really... Oh, there are a ton of people now going out for their laps, so that's going to be nearly impossible for me to follow. And excuse my coughing, I was sick this week. Blitz has manually retired from the session, I believe. There is a giant pack of cars trying to get out on their outlaps now. Cat Pack's on a flying lap. I will follow him until the end and then split to the other guys who are currently warming up on their outlaps. Someone complaining about Vaxi, who's not even, he's literally a second off pole. I have no idea what you're talking about, Solz. CapEx now. Going through cops. Didn't seem to lift. If he did, it was a little bit. Through Maggots and Beckett's, and let's see how much he has improved on this final flying lap as he enters Sector 3. He is going to go 2 tenths up, and that's not, probably not going to advance him too much here, as we do have a bunch of the front runners, or top 10 guys, on flyers. Going to be very challenging for me to keep up with all these now. Looks like Redbeard might be leading the pack away. Yeah, I think it's William and then Rip William, then Redbeard. That'll be my. Oh, that's a giant impeding incident for the Ferrari in front of William. That is going to be his lap time ruined as we cut to Captain Redbeard, who is rolling up to the scene about ending this sector now. That was a disaster. Not sure who that was. Tornado Thunder or Seau, as Captain Redbeard is going to improve by 2 tenths now. That's not enough to improve a position currently. Zayzin has improved by 1.168, but that is not going to be enough to get him into that provisional pole position. He is going to have to full send through the final sector. 2 tenths, so he's going to have to make up like 1.3 in this final sector. Not sure if that's possible as he throws the car, getting a little bit unsettled, and it goes off. That's not going to be the time he needs to get provisional pole. Kua not making an impression here at the end of this lap, I don't believe. Does not improve, so not much improvement from the top 10 from the second runs to the third runs. Someone just hopped up the order there. I did not catch it, unfortunately. It's CapEx is either on an in-lap or aborts his flyer. These guys are all done, and it does look like the order will be Blitz, Zayzen, Chonk, Redbeard, Kua, Vaxi, William, NASCAR, CapEx, and Santee. Blitz taking that pole position brilliantly by over 3 tenths of a second. McLaren with an extremely strong start to this season. And I will remind all the drivers right now that when we do get into this race session, do not click ready up immediately. Please wait for my ping, and I will send a ping now. Who is crying in chat? I need to get a picture of this. Ooh, almost just ripped out my... Okay. So Blitz with that experience, oh, I think it's working. Blitz with that experience does take pole position. Will be a hard driver to beat, as it does look like there could be some rain on the way. Panda got disconnected. I'm not sure if I can get you an invite for the game start. Let's see. I have Instinct Splits as T1 level. Okay. Looks like there is going to be a mixed strategies on the grid. Some guys opting for the soft tire, it appears. Formation lap should be off. If it's on, that was a oversight by me. Well, I guess I can check. It's supposed to be off. Yeah. Already some tension in the chat. Not sure exactly about what. As someone readies up, that's fine, I think. There is no tension. Okay, Eston. Okay. Okay, buddy. So we are 5 lights lit. And it is lights out, and away we go at the British Grand Prix. It looks like Zazen does get a good start as they go into turn 1. A little bit of contact between the Red Bull main team and sister team, jockeying for position. But all things considered, it looks like the grid is keeping it fairly clean, as something might have happened in the background there. Oh, yep, first wreck. Not sure who that was. Zazen does maintain that lead, has a gap of half a second now. His teammate behind him getting up in the P2 on the start with the Red Bull of Redbeard in P3. We are now on board with Felix chasing Santee. He got a little bit out of sorts. Surprising lack of racing on this first lap. His blitz, though, is rocking up to the back of Redbeard. As we look at the position changes now, it looks like William and Vaxi got it all wrong on lap 1. McLaren's on lap 2, currently in control of this race. curious to know what the call will be from the team principal, if they should play the team game here, or if it will be gloves off, as we see Stark Diaz getting past Tornado Thunder in the background there. So Blitz, the big loser from the top 10, currently in the top 10, down 3 positions on the start. I didn't catch what exactly happened to him. As you see the Williams reserve driver of CapEx rocking up to the back of a NASCAR. Blitz also following Redbeard pretty closely. Tornado Thunder also getting passed by Santi down for P10. But right now, McLaren pretty squarely in control of this race. Pretty shocking. Lechonkit is closing the gap slightly to his teammate. I don't know, all things considered, that was a pretty clean race start, in my humble opinion. Looks like the Ferrari boys struggling pretty mightily through that set of corners, but no one really super close to each other right now. Surprising large gap, except for these Ferrari boys. Or something just happened. Felix was in the wall, I believe, or at least off the circuit. So we can see him rejoining now as a car, Alpine of the 40-pound lobster, rocks up to the back of him. Blitz still behind Redbeard in that Red Bull. Ferrari's in the background still jockeying for position now, as Zazen Domar is almost opening up a full second gap. Looks like it has come down. Not sure if Chonkit used any ERS. Oof. Zazen out in the front and not using a ton of ERS at the moment. Blitz all over the back of the diffuser of Captain Redbeard. Doesn't look like he has the speed down this straight. Chonkit, though, really nipping on the heels of Domar. Very curious if they are in a VC at the moment and if their team principal is engineering for them, because something could happen between them if there are no papaya rules. Blitz really wanting to get past Redbeard, just kind of getting bogged down by the dirty air. Uses some ERS now. He might have a look. Oh, decided not to dive down the inside. Solz says, I let them race. So gloves are off between Chonkit and Zazen. No team orders or papaya rules in Silverstone tonight. So 5 laps in, and Vaxi is the biggest loser in that Mercedes. So far down 12 positions in P18. Really not sure what happened to him. It looks like they pit 2. As we watch William, another driver who has lost some positions here, chasing Seau and Panda. Oh, and Blitz is inching closer to Redbeard now as we go into Maggots and Beckett's. I retract my statement on Baxi. I appreciate that, Solz. You were wrong. Well, he also got hit, I'm pretty sure, so not fully your fault. Oh, does go. Oh, thinks better of it. Locks up a little bit. Almost decided to make that move, losing some time in the process of that indecision. As you see in the background, Aston of NASCAR is rocking up to the back of CapEx. Oh, getting all out of sorts at the end of Sector 3. Blitz now lost a lot of the time that he had clawed back from Redbeard in that non-move. People complaining about pace when, I mean, the gap is 2 seconds right now and he's being chased and driving a little bit defensively, so we can kind of relaxed. Not a lot of people super close on track right now. Zazen trying to break the DRS to trunk it. As we go on board with Tornado Thunder behind Feed Me Scotch, taking cops a little bit clumsy. Back to Blitz now, though, who has clawed back some of that time he had gained on Captain Redbeard. Both of these guys on the medium tire, but Redbeard looking to be slowing down a little bit now, using some ERS to play the defensive game. And there is a yellow flag, not seeing what happened there. Chonkito. Chonkito. Is that what you're saying? Chonkito? Chonkito, not Chonkito? Chonkito? Blitz almost touching the diffuser of Redbeard. Wants to get close enough to make a move, but Chonkto? Nah, no way. You're lying. I did not sing Chonkto. You're a silly dumpling. As Blitz goes wide through cops, just struggling to get up to the back of Redbeard. As the oh, and Blitz spins. Blitz spins on the exit of Beckett's, and that is an absolute disaster. Redbeard is going to have a ton of pressure lifted off of his shoulders now, as one of the McLarens decides to pit, McLaren of Zazen Dumar. And that is an absolute disaster for Blitz, for the championship hopeful this year, wanting to mount another challenge. And still not that many people close on track at all, but a bunch of these drivers are pitting. Curious to see what tire a lot of them will be on when they come out. I believe this is going to end up being a two-stop race for a lot of people, because this is a lot earlier than last race, I believe, than the tier 3 and tier 4. Seo serving this penalty. CapEx putting the move on NASCAR. Trying to make it stick. NASCAR falling in behind CapEx now as they go into the Maggots and Beckett's section of this track. Zazen Domar, though, cutting to him as he is going to want to be cutting his way through these cars who have not pit. Chonkit opting for what looks to be a one-stop. So I believe, unless Chonkito pits soon. Oh, he does pit. So they are going to be on the same strategy, it believes. Yeah, I was definitely pronouncing it wrong, so I don't know what I was doing. As Zayzen Dumar gets past Tornado Thunder, rocking up to the back of the much slower Phoebe Scotch, as there is a yellow flag somewhere. It looks like to be in the Sector 3. Captain Redbeard will inherit the lead of this race as Domar dispatches Tornado Thunder and Phoebe Scotch easily. Phoebe Scotch getting a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Unfortunate for him. There's an ad. We need that money. You need to watch the ad. No ad block. You should be watching more ads, actually, Aston. I'm gonna send you ads. Send you personally more ads. Capex, now on board with Capex going a little wide, exiting Cops as he looks to chase down Kua. Both of these men, members of the Mercedes driver pen. Domar is charging his way back to first place. Chonkit getting, it looks like Chonkito. Why do I keep saying Chonkit? Getting a little bit left behind now by the net race leader of Zayzen. Back on board with Capex as he is chasing down Kua. Still, Zayzen Domar putting in the fastest lap of the race with a 1:28.7. Blitz still on those medium tires after spinning off the track in pursuit of Redbeard. Redbeard still opting to stay out. Not sure if the guys who have pit currently are going to opt for the one-stop or the two-stop, but I know in the Tier 3 race I was able to go to about lap 12 and then pit, which was, I believe, the optimal strategy if you started on the mediums. Capex following Kua into the pits. Oh, and he spins! Oh, no! And he gets sent outside the pit lane. Absolute disaster for Capex. Not sure what happened there, if it was a lapse of judgment. But, I mean, I had a lapse of judgment in the Tier 3 race. I crashed in the Panda and DNF'd, but that was a disaster. Sent back out on track, almost crashing into a driver behind. Zayzen Domar still in the net lead of this race because these other guys in front have not pit. As we go on board with Kua, who's in the pits. Actually, we're on board with Tornado Thunder, who is chasing down Chonkito? I don't believe he's chasing him down. I think he just got passed. Yeah, that looks to be the case. Closest person on track is Santee, rocking up to the back of Vaxi on those old tires. Captain Redbeard will now opt to pit. Let's see where he comes out. This is pretty important. So Captain Redbeard does come out in front of Chonkito. Very important for Redbeard and his race, but Blitz still staying out. Zazen Domar is now back into P2 and the net lead of this race. As we go on board with Tornado Thunder as he gets passed by NASCAR with much fresher hards. Now on board with Panda. Oh, and someone has DNF'd. Vaxi is DNF'd. Let's see if that was in the pit lane or... Yeah, I believe that was in the pit lane. Now on board with Chonk as he is chasing down Redbeard. Zazen Dumar does re-inherit the lead of the race. And I'm going to be... Oh. As those guys look to do battle, Kua trying to get past Tornado Thunder. Chonk with a run on Redbeard. And Zazen Dumar has absolutely gapped Chonk, who, I mean, they were running 1-2 at one point, so Chonk must have gotten caught in some traffic, I'm assuming. That is pretty severe. As we see Redbeard get all out of sorts through cops as Chonk is chasing him down. Redbeard on the harder tire. I believe Chonk is on the two-stop strategy. Redbeard looks to be doing a one-stop, which should be interesting. He might not want to burn up those tires defending from Chonk because Chonk will need to pit again along with his teammate Zazen. So, looks like at the end of this race, let me double check. Yeah, looks like at the end of this race, these guys will be chasing down Redbeard, assuming he is on the one-stop strategy. He will inherit the lead of the race, but he will inherit track position at the expense of the older tires. So let's see what Redbeard chooses to do if he does choose to fight Chonk off for as quick as possible. And I'll be stepping away for 1 minute to respond to something. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Redbeard still fending off Chonk. There is a yellow flag in Sector 3. Not sure what happened there. It might be between these guys. Zazen's, I don't know how he got that 12-second gap. I think there must have been some traffic issues. Because I don't believe that was on pure pace. Redbeard managing to pull a 1.3 second gap now on Chonk. Interestingly enough, on the harder tire. So we now go on board with Capex, who is appearing to be the closest man on track to anyone else. There wasn't that much traffic this time. Well, yeah, I don't really know how he pulled a 13-second gap then. That makes no sense. If that's just a factor of him falling out of the DRS, then I find that hard to believe. Pace, that's just total cap. There's no way. I don't believe it. You're just lobbying to get him kicked. It was a strat. Interesting. As Chonk does hit the pit lane now onto the hard tires, so the two-stop strategy is completed. Redbeard obviously staying out. He pit early, so he gained 15 seconds. I have no idea how. Maybe I'm not understanding something. Anyway, Chonk back out onto the circuit in 11th, dropping a lot of positions, and it doesn't really appear like there's going to be that many more people stopping. Looks like a lot of people are on the one-stop strategy, so McLaren might have gotten it totally wrong. Sorry, not 15, but 11. So he was 11, clear out of the pit. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Oh, as Santi is spun around in the grass. It's not letting me... Oh, there we go. Might be an unsafe rejoin. I'm not sure, Aston. I don't know what happened. I think he spun and then came back on weird. Zazen now in the pits, out of the pits, on that two-stop strategy. All eyes are now on Redbeard. See how much of a gap he can pull between him and Zazen. Sounds like that incident was because Santi tapped Chonk. Another yellow flag in Sector 3. Not sure who that was. Oh, as Santi... Oh, I think that's because he pit and then DNF'd. So, Redbeard... Let's see what his gap is to Zazen. So, 14 seconds, and he has 9 laps to make this up. This could be a strategy disaster class for the McLarens. Maybe throwing away a 1-2 here because of their strategy choice. That will play out over the next few laps, or 9 laps. But currently, Redbeard does have a pretty large gap to Zazen. Well, you might have had a point, Stan, but then this happened. So we'll see if they can pull this off. But right now, it does look like this race is going the way of Redbeard with the Red Bull Racing outfit as we watch IUF William pits onto what I assume would be the soft tire. People are complaining about a driver who's not even winning the race. As we watch, these guys are going to make it 3 wide. Panda, Stark Diaz, and CapX. Stark Diaz being the one to lead these 3. Bro, he could be sandbagging. I mean, okay. As Panda and Stark Diaz, or Panda and CapX go to battle, through goes CapX. On board with NASCAR, who does opt to hit the pit lane when... Oh, man! Locking up and almost binning it as he goes into the pit lane. Not sure if he realizes that there is no assist restriction for that. Jason Dumar is now the fastest man on track, putting in a 1:28.319. So to check that gap, Jason Dumar has made up 4 seconds in the rounds 3 laps as Panda puts on the soft tire. So 3 second, yeah, he might be on pace to do this thing. Is Zazen, Redbeard getting chased down by the McLaren of Zazen. But right now, he's looking at the back of Kua, and then he will have some clear air to push up to the back of Blitz, getting past Kua with no problem on what I think is the Hamilton Straight. Surprised there's so many stops. Yeah, so am I. I did the race in 1 stop before I killed myself. But it was going pretty well until then. Now on board with William, coming through Maggots and Beckett's behind the Ferrari of Tornado Thunder. William on the slightly fresher rubber will just fly by Tornado Thunder, making that an Aston Martin 8-9. And Chonk, it must be said, let's see, where's... No shade, but I don't think that strategy worked out very well for him, because he was running pretty comfortably in P2 for a while, I believe. Now he's down in P6 and has a lot to do with 6 laps left. Has a lot to do, actually. Speaking of a lot to do, Zazen has brought down the gap now by 6 seconds in 4 laps? 4 laps or so? So this is 100% on for the McLaren driver, for sure. Captain Redbeard better be saving some battery and a couple aces up his sleeve, because that is what it's going to take to fend off the charging... Uh-oh. Oh, and that is a safety car, folks. That is a... I can't see. Full course or VSC? That is a full course safety car, I believe. Not sure what happened. And that is going to throw the race on its head. Alexa Brew, terminal damage. I don't know what happened. Chatters are telling Redbeard to pit. Might be a game of... oh, and is it... Full course or VSC? I believe it's full course, but the game doesn't tell you because the game is great. Very good game. bunch of guys in the back opting to pit. Tornado fixing the mediums. Panda onto a soft. Felix onto a soft. Seiyao onto a soft. Let's see what Captain Redbeard does choose to do as he rocks up to the pit lane. And he is choosing to pit now. Blitz following him. Full track map. I hate the full track map. I'm too dumb for that. Blitz pits now, following Redbeard. Zazen up next will pit as well, so this will be a fresh tire situation on a restart. For at least the top 4 and a bunch of guys in the middle. I'll see what Chonk opting to pit. So yeah, looks like almost all of the grid is going to pit. Kua pitting as well. Is anyone not pitting? That would be kind of fun. Someone in the back should... nope, I don't think the gaps work. Everyone... basically everyone is opting to pit. So... straight... oh, CapEx. There we go. Nope, he's pitting as well. Looks like it's going to be a total refresh for about 90% of the grid. New tires. This race should get back going by lap 24, so gonna go off like a bomb. Gonna see a straight up duel between some very, very fast drivers up front. Redbeard currently leading. Blitz in P2, Zazen in P3, Kua in P4. Let's go ahead and check position changes here. Redbeard absolutely kind of, I believe, lucking out because of that safety car getting to put on new tires. I think that Zazen might have gotten that move done in a couple laps if that hadn't happened. Redbeard is good at defending, according to Aston. So they will go around one more time. We are going to have 20, 24, 20, 3 laps? 3 laps of racing. This is going to be epic, folks. We have a plethora of very quick drivers up towards the front right now on fresh rubber. So curious to see if there are going to be some differing strategies here. If anyone dives quickly to get the moves done, or if anyone sits back and waits for their opportunity. But win is in play for a good few drivers right now. The gaps are pretty big, though. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, safety car gaps? I mean, that's gonna close right up, I believe. Oh, you mean these guys? Oh, yeah, this might not get going next lap. It will force start if, I think, with 2 laps left. Yeah, I do see what you mean now. I think it will... I think the force lap is 24, so I think it will let them go around again. So Blitz, I totally missed this. Blitz, who spun chasing Redbeard earlier in this session, now gets a chance at sweet redemption, finding himself in P2 in front of Zazen, who did have a commanding net lead of this race, or what appeared to be a commanding net lead of this race, assuming he was going to come through the pack back at Redbeard. But Blitz does get a chance at redemption here. Safety car will stay out for another lap. We will get everyone in this train, assuming Scotch can make up 18 seconds in a lap behind the safety car. And it looks like he will do so. I need to get hype. I need to get loud. I need to get loud for this final lap. I need to get the juices flowing. I need to open another beer. I need to drink this beer very quickly. Bruh, Scotch might win the race. What are you talking about? I don't think Scotch is going to win the race. You never know. Yeah, you do never know. So safety car 100% will be in at the end of this lap. As I said before, Blitz on for sweet redemption if he can get past Redbeard for this win. Redbeard, allegedly a very good defensive driver. Zazen Domar has the ultimate pace of this Grand Prix, has been the quickest man on track all day. Lurking in P3, Kua finding himself in P4. I believe everyone is on same tire up front, I believe. No, so Kua is on that medium. Going to be a little bit slower than the guys in front of him on the softs. And behind, Chonk looking to get past him and get back towards the front when he seeded that P2 earlier in the race. But let's see when Captain Redbeard decides to go. Blitz getting a good jump on the throttle, rocking up to the back of Redbeard quickly. 2/10 between them. It looks like Chonk has gotten past. No, I don't think he did, actually. Some jockeying in the back of the grid. Looks like some people went into their 3 wide. All of these guys up front extremely close. This is going to go off like a bomb when these guys decide to use their ERS. Blitz now burning down his battery on the back of Redbeard. Redbeard with the battery advantage. Blitz following closely. Domar following even quicker. This could be a through goes Domar moment coming up. Kua getting a little bit disconnected on that harder tire. Chonk struggling to get by him. Going to have to make a lunge quickly in the clear air. Domar now rapidly closing on Blitz. Really going to want to get past as soon as possible. Curious to know how much he will burn on this back straight. Losing a little bit of momentum now to Blitz. Blitz closing into Redbeard. Let's see if he opts to dive. Does not dive. Marklax in the chat. Shut up. Shout out Marklax. Domar now. Oh, seeds back behind. Blitz decides not to dive for it. Chonk still struggling to get past Kua. DRS is now enabled, so last lap, DRS enabled. Do or die for Domar and Blitz. So far, Redbeard been perfect. Lewis is a slag. I don't know what slag means. Hopefully that's not a British slur. Definitely is. Domar, yeah, as Aston points out, Domar has burned a lot. As we see William getting past in the background. A little bit of bump over the curb, unsettling the car. Blitz is really all over the back of the diffuser of Redbeard. Aston posting slop in the chat from ChatGPT. Zazen on the back of Blitz. not going to go through Cops. Ran wide, and that might be the end of Domar's challenge for P1, or to get up past P2, 2P1. Blitz now really closing in the Redbeard. But Redbeard has a massive battery advantage as someone goes off in the background. I believe that was Lobster, or yeah. Blitz now has a giant run, chooses to go to the outside, makes a little bit of contact with Redbeard. Car is unsettled. Looks to be a racing incident, and that will be the race for Redbeard, unless that will be the race win for Captain Redbeard, Zazen Domar. Also a little bit disconnected to Blitz now. Kua on the medium comes home in fourth, so Redbeard, Blitz, Domar, Kua, and is there any, looks like someone's in the wall. And that is your British Grand Prix. Redbeard with the absolute savior of a safety car capitalizes and gets that P1. People complaining about Zazen Domar's pace, but finishes P3 with Blitz in P2. Big redemption for Blitz. A little bit of late movement there, says Seven. Now, I'd have to review the clip to see if there was some moving under braking, but for now, your provisional results, or provisional podium, will be Redbeard, Blitz, and then Domar in the McLaren. Don't believe Chonk got past Kua either. So Chonk having a little bit of a struggle session in the race after the getting in the P2. And I had to take a picture of this stuff. Yeah. And thank you for joining us tonight for this British Grand Prix, a stellar start to the Tier 2 Season 3 season. I have been your commentator, Lewis, and I hope everyone has a great night.